Alright guys, this one another Nnamdi Kanu broadcast that is currently shaking the world. My people, if you watch this video, you understand the reason why. Hey, they don't want this man out of where he is currently. But I'm telling you, this man is loaded. I want to thank every one of you, for always taking your time to come out here. May God bless you all. I still want to appreciate YouTube for making this platform, possible for us. May we take the share informations, to understand what they happen. And I still want to use this opportunity, to let YouTube know that in this Prospect Channels TV, we don't preach war, we don't preach violence, we don't promote hate speech. So what we do is we send out informations for people, to understand what is happening mostly around us. Okay, so I'm putting disclaimer to that, so YouTube should take note of that. We don't promote war, we don't promote violence, and we don't promote hate speech. So guys, I'm dropping this video right now so that you go see what they happen. This Nnamdi Kanu broadcast that is currently shaking the whole world. My people, this is just too much. Let's get there. I'll be right back.
I call them the bravest of the brave because they did something that no other army in the world has been able to do. Not even Leonidas's 300 Spartan soldiers that meant Xerxes, an army of over 1 million men, and held them for weeks to allow the other Greek city-states to rally round and come in defense of their land. I said, not even the immortalized 300 of Sparta were able to do what we did between 60s, or what our fathers did between 67 and 1970. I want to put it into context so you understand. Biafra War was the Third World War, unofficial Third World War. It was the only time that a capitalist power in United Kingdom, Britain, and a communist power in USSR came together in order to kill and stifle the hopes and aspirations of a very tiny country called Biafra in West Africa. For the very first time in the history of man till this very day, because capitalism and communism is like oil and water. They never converged. Ask yourself this question, even at the height of the Cold War, when the arms race was in full gear, nuclear weapons being developed, hydrogen bombs being built, mutually assured destruction guaranteed by the array of arsenals in the possession of these superpowers. Then Britain and Russia, they put all their differences aside. Britain announced that there will be an arms embargo on both sides, on the part of Gowon and on the part of our Itanu leader, Ojukwu, in Biafra. Now, the same Britain, the same British government went behind everybody's back, went to Russia. No longer Cold War, they're no longer fighting, no ideological differences between communism and capitalism. They now came together. Britain convinced Russia. The same thing they did to Trump when Trump was in power. Britain convinced Russia to join them. Britain did not ship arms direct. Of course, the latter did. Britain never shipped arms direct to Gowon. Instead, they told Russia, we will give you part of the oil, but please ship arms to Gowon. Russia supplied all the MiG fighters, all the heavy weapons to Nigeria. Nigeria did not make anything. At the same time, the same thing they're doing today, the same thing that U.S. ambassador is telling you that America is now patrolling the maritime, they will not patrol the Sahel, the desert, where Fulani terrorists are operating. No, they will not do it. They're in the sea, in Biafra land, in the Atlantic Ocean. The same thing they did then, they are trying to do now, to enforce air, land, and sea blockade. Biafra was blockaded. Unfortunately, some Yoruba people went with them. You know me, I speak the truth. I don't care. I tell you the truth always. Some Yoruba people were convinced into going with Fulani to kill as many Biafrans as possible. or should I say, to kill as many Igbo people as possible. Understand this. Britain did not stop there. Britain went to OAU then, now AU, and convinced most of them that artificial colonial boundaries must exist. Are you following what I'm telling you this morning? Britain convinced African people that the boundaries that they themselves, white Europeans, created in Africa must be defended at all costs. On the floor of the chamber of OAU in Addis Ababa, they were debating it. That what Ojukwu was fighting for is a return to the traditional way that black African people lived before the white man came. That is right. Julius Nyerere said that Ojukwu was right. Huford Berners said Ojukwu was right. Omar Bongo said Ojukwu was right. The rest said, no, he's not right. We must keep the artificial colonial boundaries of our colonial masters. Are you following? Somebody's in Croatia. Our sister Ruth Okoro is in Croatia. We're everywhere. That's where she's listening to us from. Black people in Africa were against Biafra for no discernible reason. There is no justification for being against Biafra. We wanted to go back to who we were before the white man came. That's all. They said no. They went to Egypt and they brought pilots from Egypt to pilot the MiG bombers and fighter planes that Nigeria was using. No Janjaweed could fly an aeroplane then. None. But in all of these things, we built our own aircraft. We built our own armored personnel carriers in Biafra land. We refined our own fuel. Something we did between 67 and 70, Nigeria cannot do today, even with the state-of-the-art refineries everywhere. We refined our own fuel. The more we became ingenious, the more technologically advanced Biafra was able to prove to the whole world, the more they despised and hated us. I have said this thing many times live on air. Allow me to repeat. There's a man called Chief Justice P.K. Nwokedi of blessed memory, a very good man. He was serving Ojukwu during the war. I think he later on became a justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Justice P.K. Nwokedi. Nwokedi was sent to Bulgaria to go and seek for help. A communist country then. On getting to Bulgaria, he was discussing with the Bulgarian government officials about how to support and help. Because the people that brought us the Bible, Britain that gave us Anglican Church, which incidentally, I was, should I say, baptized into, wrongly I would say. Britain gave us Bible, gave us a story of Jesus and Mary and the Trinity and the Holy Trinity. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy. Everything, even dress us up like occultic leaders. Because when you see a pastor in a church, he looks like occultic. He looks like a foreign dibia. But they were supporting Muslims from the north to come and kill us. P.K. Nwokedi went to Bulgaria to go and ask for help. On getting to Sofia in Bulgaria, his aircraft landed. They took him to his hotel. In the next day, they scheduled a meeting with the government officials. They took him to a government building, not the official government building, but to a building, and asked him why he came. He told them how Biafran people are suffering, how we are dying, how we are being starved to death, and all the rest of it. And at the end of his narration, he finished narrating his story. They said to him, we sympathize with you. This is Bulgaria, I'm telling you. We sympathize with you. But the thing is that we don't want another Japan. The world is struggling with one Japan. We don't want another one to come up. Chief Justice P.K. Nwokedi told me this himself in a place called Enfield in England when he came very many years ago before his passing. He told me face to face, not recycled information. Chief Justice he was, P.K. Nwokedi. And he looked at them, he said, the Bulgarians told him, no, the world is having to cope with the technological advances of Japan. We don't want a black country to come out and be like Japan. No, we don't want it. He came okay, they left after 4 days. It dawned on me that the conspiracy against Biafra is global. It doesn't matter how many petitions you write, how many letters you write. It doesn't matter how many of us they kill. The world would not respond. They will not listen. I also told people a very important story. I went to go and see the United Nations officers in Geneva. I walked into the meeting room. Edoziem was there. Our sister Nena was there. Kanu, my brother, was there. And a few other people. And I believe Uzwaka was there as well. We went into this meeting, asked all these people, we went into this meeting with the United Nations in Geneva. The room, they lined up, the various departments, they were all there. They asked me to present my case. I presented a very compelling case for Biafra. One of them said to me, he said to all of us, not to me. He didn't say it in secret. He said to me, where is it at any time in New York? This was UN offices in Geneva that we went to. He said to me, where is it any time Biafra is mentioned in any meeting at UN headquarters in New York, everybody will get up and leave the room. I asked him, what did you say? In front of ask anybody who was with me in Geneva what I'm saying. We were at the UN office. Thank you, my dear brother. He said lockdown is the senior brother of sit at home. That what we are experiencing right now in Biafra land is lockdown. Lockdown, not sit at home. Complete and utter. If you see cockroach, you stamp on it. No living organism should move from one place to another. At the UN, they said to us, in broad daylight, I think maybe around 3:30 in the evening, in broad daylight. Anytime we discuss Biafra, what they are doing to you people at the UN office in New York, everybody will get up and walk away. And then I went back to London. And I started praying before I traveled to the US then. I think this was in 2019. I was attending this meeting when my mother's body was in the morgue in Germany. My mother's body was in the mortuary, and I was attending all these meetings on behalf of Biafra. You can imagine somebody who just lost his mom going and making a very compelling case for Biafra, and them coming out and telling us that the whole world is against us. And my mind went back to what Israelites must have gone through, or the Jews of Europe must have been through, or Jews, in fact, in the entire history, the same thing. Hatred for no reason. People hate Israel for no reason, for no discernible reason. The same way they hate Biafra, for no reason. I was asking white people, what did we do to you? They said, because you are the light of black people all over the world. If we allow Biafra to stand, the world will come to an end, because everything white people know, you people, you know it as well, and you can do it. They don't want black people to manufacture an aircraft. They don't want to hear the story that a black nation somewhere, one obscure black nation somewhere in a rainforest is manufacturing a car. I didn't say assembling a car. I said manufacture. Before you can manufacture a car, you need to go and dig out or import steel. You need to shape it. You need to carve it in a foundry. You need to build the engine block yourself, not import it from China and assemble. No. They don't want any black nation to do it. They don't want any black nation to have a viable economy. And should Biafra be allowed to stand, that is what is going to happen to the entire black world. And they do not want it. They are whites, they are God. You are black. You are nothing. You are the Lucifer. You are Satan. So you are nothing. So that is the global conspiracy against Biafra. And why am I saying this? So that our people will be very, very careful. We are surrounded by enemies, both real and imagined. The battle for the liberation of Biafra is being fought in the spiritual realm as well as in the physical. People will hate us for no reason. Or should I say, because we are blessed. We are the children of God Almighty in heaven. That is why they hate us. Anybody who is loved, even in your family, if your father doesn't love you or loves your sister or your brother more than yourself, you become very envious. It's natural. That is the reason why. Now, what I'm trying to say to ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, excluding the visitors who are the Fulani people that have today turned into our oppressors, is this. Biafra is here to liberate each and every one of you. We are not here to take over any territory or conquer anybody, not at all, heaven forbid. Because Israelites are us and we are Israelites. I want you to go back to the Bible for some of you that actually study the scriptures. You will see that anytime the Israelites want to go to war, God will say to them, go to that place, conquer it, defeat them, and come back. Don't take their land. Don't even take anything that belongs to them. Do you know that is how our land is structured? Nobody can say that we went to war to take a land that did not belong to us. Every other major tribe or ethnic group in Nigeria went to war of conquest to conquer other people. We never did. People that never went to war, never conquered anybody, are the ones who are being accused of being domineering. The Yoruba nation you see today are made up of very many subgroups. Ijebu man is different from an Oyo man. An Oyo man is different from an Elaje man. Different. But because of the existence or the expansion of the Oyo Empire, all of them came under one rulership and one. The Igbo man never did the same thing. The Igbo people, we are numerical in number to such an extent that they could have conquered anybody they wanted to. But in our land, if you go from Ibeku, Moaha to Ahoho, Moaha, or you go to Olokorom, or you go to Ikuanom, or you go to Obakala, let's assume that Ibeku people want to start a conquest, yes? You go to Obakala and you ask Obakala people, come and join us. Let's go and conquer Ahoho people. They will tell you that you're drunk. They will not join you. Because we are the people that practice the purest form of republicanism. The purest form of it. We are the only advanced civilization in the world not to have a king. Even Israelites begged God to give them a king. And he gave them Saul. And he said to them, you have abandoned the Lord your God in heaven to guide and to lead you. You want flesh to be your king? I will give you flesh to be your king. And you will suffer. And he gave them Saul, and they suffered. But in the land of Biafra, the land of the ancients, we said nobody can be king over us. Only God is king. That is why we name our children Chibueze. Only God is king. Now you understand it. People with this type of mindset cannot conquer anybody. Because I can't go to Mbisa and say to Mbisa people, come on, let's go to Ihiawa. Let's go to somewhere around naked to go and conquer them. They will tell you they're not going. Go and sit in your house and be a king to your wife and your children, not over us. That is why the only thing we know to do in life is dialogue and consensus. Some of you did not understand that was the reason why Okezie Ikpeazu had the guts to say what he said yesterday on Channels Television. That you cannot defeat an ideology. Who doesn't know that? You can't defeat it. Do you know that Christendom got to Rome? Nero and all the powerful rulers of Rome tried to kill as many Christians as possible to subdue Christianity. I want Fulani Janjaweed to understand. That is why we don't give a damn what you're doing in our land all the extrajudicial killings, all the massacre, it only makes us stronger and more radical. On all these threats of we are going to crush them, you have not crushed Fulani Janjaweed, you have not crushed Fulani Yetialam, you have not crushed Fulani bandits. A whole Nigeria is working with ISIS. This is something that Biden needs to know, if Obama will let him know this. It doesn't matter how many people you kill in our land. Those who survive, those that will survive your pogrom and your deal will become 1,000,000 times more radicalized. Look at Imo State today because you killed Ikonso. That is why Hope Uzodinma cannot come outside again. If the zoo thinks they are going to win this very battle, they are dreaming. And as I said, at the end of this, Fulani Caliphate will be sacked from Sokoto. Put my words down on paper. They will be sacked from there. Those that fought for us and defended our land fought with nothing for 3 years, against the whole world for 3 years. Henry Kissinger was begging President Nixon. These people, they are Igbo Jews, try and help them. Kissinger was waiting for green light from the UK. Britain kept saying, we have a special relationship with America. America, please don't intervene. It's our former colony. Remember the agreement we had. We can give them flag independence, but in actual fact, we're still controlling them. That was what happened to Africa. Independence. They only gave you flag independence. You are not free in Africa. You are never free and can never be free until Biafra is free. Now, do you understand what I'm saying? Until Biafra is free. These are the things that some of you must understand. You see people that we are locking down our homes for today, they fought with their bare hands for 3 years. Despite the bombing, despite everything. It was at the end of the war that Nixon now said that had Biafra held out for 6 more months, that America would have come in. But by then it was too late. By then, all the saboteurs have assembled themselves in Lagos and Nnamdi Azikiwe, as we have today. You know, there was in Lagos and Abuja writing their epistle and talking rubbish about mature rubbish nonsense. Ojukwu was hated by his own, some not by, we love him of course to bits, hated by the traitors and the saboteurs we had in our midst. They were in Lagos as they're doing now, writing and talking rubbish, claiming one Nigeria. My happiness is that their villages are under siege, some of them. All those that fought against Biafra today, they are suffering. Every ethnic nationality in the zoo that joined hands to fight against Biafra, today they are under the cosh and they're feeling the pains. As I told you many years ago, everything we suffered in Biafra, they are all going to experience it. Is it not happening now? Of course it is. That is why at the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. 67 to 1970.
Hi guys, thank you very much for staying to the end of this video. Please, if you're just joining us for the first time, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Please share this video, let it go viral. Let the world, the whole world understand what is happening today. Thank you. See you in my next video. Bye for now.